several platforms right now. Okay, so today is Wednesday, November 27th, Thanksgiving Eve. It's going to be a nice 2 days, I think. I don't think we're supposed to have any rain for about a week. This is Larry.
Hey.
Hey, Scott. What's up?
Good morning.
Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Do y'all go to your parents or her parents and have a big Thanksgiving?
We go to her parents. It looks like it's on a movie. And then they got everybody there, every table in the house full. Huge.
You better watch it. You'll gain too much weight over there.
Right.
Okay, so somebody asked me yesterday about those purple sweatshirts that I wear. We sell them every year. There it is on YouTube. Get it to where you can see it. That's the 1958 photo. It's got the old clock in it. They're made out of 100% cotton, I think. That's what I've been telling everybody. No, 50 cotton, 50 polyester. I lied. They're $35, and we don't have now. They start buying them in August and September. I've got 3 or 4 smalls and probably 10 or 11 larges. No extra larges and no mediums. I'm going to order some, but we don't have any money to order them yet. So the museum needs donations. I need to stress that on people. Every museum in town gets donations but ours. I've been funding this deal for however many years it's been a museum. Hey, Brittany. God, y'all must be coordinated this morning. Here's our Cleburne lady. She's typing. So I will be closed tomorrow. Friday I'll be here with bells on. I need to reach out to Bill Palmer and Tino and see if y'all can help Sam McNeese build bikes on Friday morning. I'll get with Sam and find out what time. He usually likes to start at 6 or 7 in the morning. But we got a bunch of bikes and boxes. Lynn, I don't know about your toy delivery. As of yesterday, we had a meeting over in the big office, and they had not gotten there yet. So I'm not even sure if anybody's going to be in that office today, tomorrow, or Friday. But maybe they'll try to figure it out or something. I don't know how that'll work. I might go put if they're not going to open today, I might go put a post-it on the door and say, if it's for Larry's kids, go next door. 9 bikes, 37 toys. Okay, she's ready. Larry, this isn't for anything. Not really history. When you say you ride for the brand, what does that mean? Okay, well, that goes back to the 1800s. Cowboys back in the 1800s. Okay, thanks, Lynn. Back in the 1800s, cowboys, not only in Texas, not only in Fort Worth, Oklahoma, all this southwestern territory, Arizona, Nevada, you hired on to a ranch. That ranch had a brand that they branded their cattle with. So when you hired on, you didn't sign a contract, but you made an agreement to hire on for $20 a month or whatever it was, and you Scooter's coming Monday. Okay, we'll all be here Monday. So you signed on. Basically, you pledged allegiance to that ranch, not necessarily the owner, but you treated that brand like it was your own. Man, there were several gunfights over when it was stolen cattle or whatever. If there was a cowboy from that ranch and he was nearby, hell, he might shoot you if he thought you were stealing cattle from his brand, his ranch. So, in other words, you treated it like it was yours. And that's the way I do Fort Worth. I ride for Fort Worth. I think we need more people to ride for the brand, the America, their state, their city, whatever. I believe in that. That's my roots. If you grew up poor as I did and don't have a lot of stuff to hang on to, you've got something, pride. You take pride in whatever you do. When I was collecting and stuff for bookies and organized crime, this, that, and the other, I wanted to be the best collector I could. So I got a pretty good reputation pretty quickly. So, but ride for the brand. I ride for Fort Worth. Everything I do, I eat, sleep, drink, and thank Fort Worth kids. How can I help my city to be better? And we don't have very much of that anymore. You see it at some of these rallies, either party, they start chanting USA, but in my opinion, they walk out of that arena, the stadium, wherever, auditorium, and they forgot about USA. We take it for granted that somebody's out there protecting us and protecting our borders and keeping us safe in our communities, and we just take that for granted. And so I don't know how we got off of that. Really. Everybody used to, I remember when you went to a ball game or something when I was a kid, a lot of people would put their hand over their heart when they pledged allegiance. They don't do that anymore. I don't see very many of these pro football players getting on one knee, but that's a disgrace to the country. I mean, if you've got an issue to have a grievance with, you need to figure out a different way to do it. My opinion. It's just my opinion. So that's what ride for the brand means. I ride for Fort Worth, Texas. I ride for Larry's kids. A lot of people don't realize, and I mean this is true, I know it's true because I talked to a lot of y'all. People don't realize how bad some families have got it, and it ain't just a few. There's 230,000 families that we know of under the poverty level in Tarrant County. 2.3 million people. So believe me, they don't have money for a bike. They're trying to figure out who not to pay so they can buy some kind of Thanksgiving dinner or a hamburger at McDonald's. So you just have to try to visualize that there's a lot of families that are hurting right now, a lot of families. The price of everything is through the roof. I'm not blaming it on the current administration, the last administration, the future administration. I don't know, but we've got all of these people that go to these colleges and do these economics and all of this stuff, and I don't see how two supposedly experts can be so off on what's going on. They say the tax cuts raises the inflation. Back when Trump was in office, he had those tax cuts on, and I mean, inflation wasn't anything like it is now. And they tell you you're wrong, this is what the numbers are. I don't know about the numbers. I know what my pocketbook says. So, I just hope we can get it together and all pull together and try to ride for the brand, USA. But that's what I I do is I ride for Fort Worth, Texas. That's my city. I'm proud of it. I'll stand up and fight for it just like it's one of my kids or the bird or whatever. It's important to me. I think people that have a purpose, like this bike giveaway Vera's in, this bike giveaway gives us all a purpose. These children are our future. We won't be here to see them grow up and run the city, the state, the country, whatever. We won't see them be the best baseball player that ever came out of Heights or Northside or Dunbar or whatever. But we'll know that we're the ones that helped them climb that ladder. So I think you got to have some pride in these people that defame these monuments. I sure hope I'm not around when they do it, because I'll end up in jail. I saw a picture on Twitter, X, whatever, two guys that had poured some kind of pink powder on at the Congress in Washington of the Declaration of Independence. To fix it, it cost $58,000. There ought to be a 10, 15 years in prison for that. I don't agree with any of that. I think the American people, you see these retail giants, Walmart, they're changing these woke policies. They're getting the picture that this last election said, we don't want that no more. So we can all think what we want to think, but she asked me what ride for the brand means. I ride for Fort Worth, Texas. So I eat, sleep, and drink anything Fort Worth, Texas. So anyway, I'm hoping that all of y'all have a nice Thanksgiving. Remember, there's families out there that are struggling, beyond struggling. So any way we can help, that's what we need to do. Nobody's reached out to me yet. I was asking if anybody knew of a family that's really in need. I need to know something today. You can just direct message me or call me. And we're going to see if we can help out a couple of families. And this is not through Larry's Kids. It's a separate deal. Okay, let's do the sponsors. Yesterday, Dickie Carr came in. That's his business. Grateful for your trees. And there's all the stuff he does on the back. This young man is really serious about taking care of business. So if you got any kind of tree issue, you need to call Dickie Carr. Good morning. Okay, where are we at? We're going to start at the other end, which is right there. Winstead Paint and Body. In fact, Clay Winstead's coming to pick up a car that we waxed yesterday. Techstar Pools. These folks do landscaping around your pool. They'll build you a pool. They'll repair your pool. Anything to do with swimming pools, they can handle it. Swartz and Hanson Architects. Rex's Bar and Grill. That's the old Macaroni Grill on University. Rex Benson is the owner. It's going to be one of the nicest sports bars in the state, believe me. They've been working on that building. They added a patio on the back that seats a couple of hundred people, and it's covered. Rains Plumbing. If you need a plumber during this holiday season, I mean, I'm sure they're going to charge you a little bit more, but Rains Plumbing is the ones you need to call. Now, you can go on our You two different ways. Of course, I post about our sponsors and talk about them all day long. You can go to fortworthmemories.com, our website, and it's got several different things: guess the score, about, shopping or whatever. But it also has our sponsors, so that way you can immediately get it, or you can go on YouTube at Fort Worth Memories, and it's there also, and that's, you can see their cards. Railhead Barbecue, Charlie Guerin. Again, I want to give everybody a heads up about Charlie. He's our big producer on bringing funds in for Larry's kids, $15,000. So Charlie wins the most productive. Well, I don't know. I probably bring in more than he does, but people other than myself, I know I bring in more than he does, but we brought in about $75,000 or $80,000 in a month and a half, 2 months. Passport Getaways. If you're planning a trip, cruise, whatever, these folks can help you. Sam, what time frame are you talking about on Friday? I've got quite a few to build, and I'm going to get a hold of Bill Palmer and Tino Serta. They both told me a month ago that they were going to be available to help, so I want to coordinate the time. You can just text message me or whatever for Friday. We can get them built, and then we can send another load to the warehouse. Christmas tree sale. Fort Worth Optimist Club of Fort Worth. They have their tree lot on University at Farrington Field on the front side, on the University Street side. Sunrise, 7. You want to just say 7, Sam? Tell me if that's okay with you, and I'll plug them in. So we have our bike giveaway on December 14th on the backside of Farrington Field, which is by the Billingsley Field House. And okay, buddy, thank you. Gene's in. So, and they also provide us a Christmas tree every year. Now, the Optimist Club, I need to have one of their representatives on. I'm going to do that during this holiday season to tell all the great things they do for kids, because they do a lot and have for more years than any of us want to think about. Old South Pancake House, that's another Rex Benson owned company. Have a good day, Gene. It's been there. The Benson family's owned it since '62. I'd actually worked for Dave Benson and his brother collecting. And the one on University is open 24/7. Now there's a fairly new Old South down in Burleson, but they're not open 24/7. But on their Sunday brunches, I believe Rex told us, they have, you can get a drink, mimosas or whatever. So Rex has really taken Old South and that business model to a higher level. And he's a good guy. K-Ranch Roofing, Jorge and Bree. If you think you got roof damage, don't try to get up there and fall and break your neck. Call K-Ranch Roofing and they'll send somebody out, and they don't charge you for that. They want your business. It's a family-owned business. And also, Raines Plumbing is a family-owned business. It's not a big nationwide company. Jenny Stewart has State Farm Insurance, does a marvelous job. David Hart, any kind of painting you need done, David can take care of it. He and his wife are very active in civic duties and being active in the community. When Pioneer Rest Cemetery needed a shed having a base coat of paint on it so they could have their people come over and put a mural on it, I reached out to David and I said, hey, you think you can help them out? And he said, sure, and didn't charge them a penny. Cross Electric. Here's another family-owned business, service business. If you need an electrician, you just need to get a hold of Cross Electric. And like I say, you can find our sponsors on YouTube at Fort Worth Memories, or you can go on fortworthmemories.com and pull it up. Fort Worth Lumber. Emily and her company have been part of everything that we do here at Memories. Group sponsor, bike sponsor. We need more Fort Worth lumber companies. Fort Worth High Tech Signs, Jeff Jones. If you need a sign made, the signs that are out here on this building and the fences were made by Fort Worth High Tech Sign. Express Dent. Dick Regester started that. I've known Dick, 30 years, 40 years. And Eric is the operating partner. I think Dick still lives in Florida. He's down there where the weather's not so bad, except 1 or 2 days out of the year when they have a hurricane come through. Dickie Carr, Sand and Gravel. Now here again, Richard and Pat Carr are very active in our group. That is his nephew, Dickie Carr. Grateful for your trees. This young man, he can take care of all your tree needs. Pulling one up, grinding stumps down, trimming them, whatever. Steve Colburn, Colburn's Catering. They are still rocking along. Bert Ladner is a real estate company that Dale Ladner's wife, Laura Ladner, and I don't know who the bird is, but Wes Williams is in that group. And last but not least, A-Bird AC and Heating Company. It's owned by Dub Peacock, and here again, we've got winter coming in. You need to have that unit checked. So, what else do we have to allow today? I'm trying to think. So Friday we're going to be building bikes. Volunteers. I need 100 or more volunteers for the giveaway. Sherry Holt and Sandy Flowers both have gotten back with me. At our last week's luncheon at Woody Creek Barbecue, we were thinking about foods. Usually Sherry Holt goes to Walmart, I think, and gets these big long sandwiches, and they cut them into, about that size, and that's great and fine and dandy. That's when we had about 20 or 30 sponsors. This year, of course, it's always cold. It's in December. I think Sherry or Sandy came up with the idea, hey, let's get people to bring tamales. And so I thought, well, how are we going to keep them warm? And they both said those styrofoam ice chests keep them warm also. So if you are coming to the event and you want to bring something, you can bring whatever. Kolaches, donuts, whatever for the volunteers. But tamales might be good because we're out there early in the morning and we're done before noon. So dress warm. Be sure and wear your toboggan or something or a hat. We don't need anybody getting sick out there. I checked with Kyle and our comptroller Lindsay yesterday to make sure that our insurance policy for that 12 hours or whatever has already been done, and it has. I forget the name. I don't even know if he told me the name. But we issue that certificate to Fort Worth ISD. We've had it every year, but we have to have it at Fort Worth ISD. That's just a requirement in case something happens. So, and that's not a cheap policy. Several $100s for a few hours. I think it actually starts when we start delivering the bikes, which is 6 or 7 on Friday night, and it ends at noon on Saturday. Let me show you all our Christmas ornaments. We're in the holiday season. Scott every year makes these Christmas ornaments that you hang on your tree. And this year's model is a subway car. Let me give you one that you can really see the it's kind of in reverse, but see the front? That was the Tandy subway car, and it comes in a host of colors, and it's got a hook, right, or a little deal where you put a hook on it and put it on your tree, and it comes in green, and I mean just there's the colors. It comes clear, green, blue, orange. I call it brandywine, burgundy, whatever. And they're $10 each. While you're all together tomorrow with your family, figure out how many of those things you want and just send Scott a message. And then make sure you leave him your contact number or he'll message you back. He won't tomorrow because it'll be, everybody does family stuff. But while you're together with your family, say, hey, how many of these 2024 Fort Worth Memory Christmas ornaments do we want? And I think if you buy 2 or more, they're $1 off each. Is that right, Scott?
That's right.
And the cutoff is December 15th. So you only have,
14th.
huh?
December 14th.
Oh, 14th. You don't have, but that's 2 weeks, and we've got 3 or 4 days left here. So you got about 2 weeks to get that order in. He'll mail them to you if you're out of city or out of state. I don't know about out of country, but or he'll make them and bring them by here. You can pick them up at the museum, and of course during regular weeks, I'm here from way before the sun comes up till 2. No lunch club meeting this week. Everybody's going to have enough stuff to do with Turkey Day. And please, if you're going to drink, leave your keys with the host of the party. We don't want to report any of our members in a fatality or whatever. So I guess that is... You think of anything else that I missed, Scott?
I can't think of anything.
Do any of y'all have any questions about anything? I had a lady that messaged me last night. I hadn't got back to her. She's wanting to do some Fort Worth photos to hang a room that they've got apparently their family has kids that excelled in sports and different things. One of the daughters rose through the ranks in the insurance business, and so she wants to have a Fort Worth theme, and I've got one-of-a-kind photos. 11 by 14s are 125, 20 by 16 are 150, and 20 by 30 are 200. I've got several. You won't see them hanging anywhere else. So don't forget, we need donations. Please help us out. And I've got, John Penn is always on me about, here's last year's FWM toy and bike giveaway. Although this year it's called Larry's Kids, but we'll pass these out to volunteers on December 14th. Those are wristbands. We need toys. Here's what we need. We need 2,000 toys. Don't worry about, don't buy any helmets. We got plenty of helmets. We've bought 1,000, the nonprofit has, and there's probably 100 in this area here, so that's 1,100, and we're still getting helmets in the mail. Yesterday we got one helmet, or I don't know what day it came when I was in that meeting. Lindsay gave it to me, and the lady wrote a note on the inside, and it said, Larry, I'm so sorry, this is all I could do. Hey, that's the same to me as a check for $5,000. You're part of a solution. So don't. A couple of weeks ago, 3 ladies came over with a driver, and they stayed in the car. They have walkers or whatever, and I talked to them for about 20 minutes, and they each handed me $5, and that's super. I mean, if everybody in the group would give $5, we could give bikes away to every kid in Fort Worth. But that's how it goes. So stay safe. The airports are full. 2 of my children are on flight or waiting for flights, and one of them's already delayed, and she doesn't know the reason. And that's why I don't fly anymore. I don't leave the county. I'm restricted to Tarrant County by myself. I mean, I just don't leave the county anymore. I've got businesses in 3 states, but I don't leave Fort Worth. I don't even like to go to the mid-cities area. God, that traffic over there, ever since they built 820, that thing's been a disaster. And that was built in the 60s. Because when I was still playing sports at Richland, I guess in 65 or 6, it was just a big mound of dirt. So I guess 820 over there didn't get finished till maybe 70. The Lake Worth Bridge, 820, the way I go every day, that was 1976. It wasn't built yet. It wasn't finished. And that's the year Hewlett Mall was being built. Okay, so y'all come see me. I'll be here all day today, or till 2. If I say till 2, I might leave at 1 today. If anybody wants to come by and get a Fort Worth Memory cap, t-shirt, those sweatshirts are real warm. Like I said, we've got a dozen larges and 3 or 4 smalls. Everything else has been bought. Or you can drop off toys, bikes, helmets, whatever. We're getting more people involved this year than we have in the past, and we're already over on the bikes. We're over the biggest year I've ever had, 840. We've already got that many in-house or en route. We got our Sid Richardson $5,000 check yesterday. So that's a good thing. Sid Richardson Museum, Sid Richardson Foundation is big. Okay, Scott, you going to sign us off YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, see you later.